The influence of music on the world, a multidimensional perspective. Hello everyone, back again with us, Stereopedia. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button to keep getting the latest updates from us. Music is a universal human experience that transcends cultural, linguistic, and generational boundaries. This article explores the profound influence of music on global societies, encompassing its cultural, emotional, political, economic, and technological dimensions. Drawing on interdisciplinary research, this paper highlights music's capacity to shape identities, unify communities, inspire social change, support mental health, and drive innovation. Through these lenses, we demonstrate that music is not merely a form of entertainment, it is a dynamic force that continues to shape the world in measurable and transformative ways. Music has accompanied humanity for millennia, evolving alongside civilizations and serving as a mirror of collective experience. It is an art form that transcends borders, communicating emotions, ideas, and values where words fall short. From ancient rituals and tribal chants to modern global pop culture, music's influence on the world is pervasive and profound. This article examines the key areas through which music impacts global societies, integrating perspectives from psychology, sociology, anthropology, political science, and economics. 2. Cultural identity and heritage. Music is an essential vessel for cultural transmission. Traditional music preserves the stories, values, and beliefs of specific communities and ethnic groups, acting as an audible archive of history. From the gamelan orchestras of Indonesia to the griots of West Africa, indigenous music carries ancestral knowledge and fosters a sense of belonging. In a globalized world, music also serves as a bridge across cultures. Genres like jazz, reggae, K-pop, and hip-hop have crossed national boundaries, adapting to local styles while influencing global music scenes. This cultural cross-pollination fosters mutual understanding and promotes multicultural appreciation. Music plays a vital role in shaping, preserving, and expressing cultural identity. It is often described as the soundtrack of a society, offering a deep reflection of its values, beliefs, rituals, and historical narratives. Across the globe, music acts as both a repository of tradition and a vehicle for innovation, helping individuals and communities articulate who they are, where they come from, and how they relate to the world. 2.1. Preserving traditions across generations. Traditional and folk music are integral to the cultural memory of a people. These genres often carry oral histories, myths, spiritual beliefs, and social customs that are passed down through generations. In many indigenous cultures, music is a living archive that keeps ancestral knowledge alive, especially in societies with no written language. Instruments, rhythms, and melodies are often unique to specific regions and are taught through participation in communal rituals, ceremonies, or storytelling. For example, the gamelan ensemble in Indonesia is not only a musical tradition but also a medium for philosophical and religious expression. The bira music of the Shona people in Zimbabwe is used in spiritual ceremonies to communicate with ancestors. Sami Joik singing in Northern Europe expresses the essence of people, animals, and landscapes, encapsulating indigenous ways of knowing. These traditional forms of music act as cultural anchors, grounding communities in their heritage amidst the rapid pace of change brought on by globalization and modernization. 2.2. Music as a marker of identity. Music also serves as a personal and collective identity marker, helping people understand and communicate who they are. Different musical styles and genres often signify membership in particular ethnic, regional, or religious groups. For instance, a raga music is a central component of Indian classical tradition and is deeply intertwined with Hindu spirituality and philosophy. Flamenco is not just a Spanish art form but a cultural emblem of the Andalusian Roma people. In the African diaspora, genres like blues, gospel, and reggae evolved as expressions of cultural resistance, spiritual resilience, and the lived experience of marginalization. For immigrants and diaspora communities, music becomes a bridge between old and new worlds, preserving roots while negotiating new identities in foreign lands. Cultural festivals, religious songs, and native language music help maintain a sense of continuity and belonging across generations. 2.3. Globalization and cultural fusion. In the 21st century, music continues to be a space for cultural interaction and fusion. Globalization, digital streaming platforms, and cross-border collaborations have created a hybrid musical landscape where traditional elements are fused with contemporary styles to create new forms of expression. Examples include the global rise of Afrobeats, which blends West African rhythms with Western pop and hip-hop influences. K-pop, which fuses Korean lyrics and cultural aesthetics with EDM, R&B, and hip-hop. Latin trap and reggaeton, which blend traditional Caribbean musicality with modern urban sounds, now dominating international charts. While this cultural blending enriches the global music scene, it also raises important debates around cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation, highlighting the need to respect the origins and integrity of traditional music while embracing innovation. 2.4. Music and cultural revitalization. Music also plays a strategic role in cultural revitalization movements. As many minority languages and traditions face the threat of extinction, communities have turned to music as a tool to reinvigorate identity and assert cultural pride. Artists and educators often integrate traditional musical elements into contemporary forms to make them more accessible and engaging for younger generations. For example, in Canada, Indigenous artists blend traditional chanting and drumming with modern hip-hop to promote language revitalization. In New Zealand, Maori musicians have produced chart-topping songs in the Te Reo Maori language, reviving its everyday use. Through these efforts, music becomes an act of cultural preservation and resistance, an audible declaration of survival and continuity. In summary, music is far more than entertainment. It is a cultural lifeline. It preserves historical continuity, communicates identity, bridges generational divides, and adapts in response to social and technological change. In every corner of the world, music is a dynamic symbol of heritage, deeply embedded in the fabric of human civilization. 3. Emotional and psychological impact. Music has a profound ability to evoke emotions, regulate mood, and support psychological well-being. Research shows that music can reduce stress, anxiety, and symptoms of depression by lowering cortisol levels and promoting dopamine release. Music therapy is now widely used in clinical settings to help individuals cope with trauma, dementia, and neurodevelopmental disorders. At the individual level, people often use music for emotional self-regulation, listening to uplifting songs during exercise, soothing ballads during grief, or nostalgic tracks to reconnect with the past. On a larger scale, shared musical experiences, concerts, festivals, generate collective emotions and social bonding. Music's power to move, soothe, energize, or heal is one of its most universally experienced qualities. It engages deeply with human emotion and cognition, influencing our mental states, behavior, and well-being. This section explores the psychological and emotional dimensions of music, emphasizing its ability to serve as a therapeutic tool, a medium for emotional expression, and a mechanism for mood regulation. 3.1. Evoking and expressing emotions. Music has the remarkable ability to evoke complex emotional responses without the need for language. A single melody can stir joy, sadness, nostalgia, or awe. These reactions are not accidental. Music mimics the rhythm, pitch, and tone of human vocal expressions, which are central to how we convey emotion. Minor keys and slower tempos often convey sadness or introspection. Major keys, upbeat rhythms, and high-energy instrumentation evoke happiness or excitement. Dissonance and unresolved harmonies can create tension, suspense, or a sense of unease. Listeners often use music as an outlet for feelings they may not have the words to express. This makes music a powerful form of nonverbal emotional communication, especially in times of grief, celebration, or personal transformation. 3.2. Mood regulation and coping mechanisms. Music is widely used as a tool for managing emotions in everyday life. People intuitively select songs that match or shift their mood, a phenomenon known as mood congruency and mood regulation. This is especially common during emotional challenges, where music provides comfort or serves as a temporary escape. In times of sadness, Music can offer emotional validation of feeling that one's emotions are understood and shared. During stress or anxiety, ambient or classical music can lower arousal levels, helping the listener relax. For motivation, especially in sports or exercise, high-tempo music can increase energy, focus, and endurance. This self-directed emotional regulation makes music a coping mechanism in daily life, often used to deal with negative moods, maintain motivation, or calm the mind. 3.3. Therapeutic applications of music. The field of music therapy has grown significantly in recent decades. Practiced by certified professionals, music therapy leverages music to support individuals with emotional, cognitive, and psychological challenges. It is used in a wide variety of contexts, including trauma recovery, helping individuals process grief, abuse, or PTSD through musical expression and listening. Mental health treatment, supporting patients with depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. Neurorehabilitation, aiding patients recovering from strokes or brain injuries by using rhythm to rebuild motor function and speech. Autism and developmental disorders, using music to encourage communication and social interaction in nonverbal individuals. Studies have shown that music therapy can lead to improved emotional regulation, reduced anxiety, and enhanced quality of life in clinical populations. 3.4. Music and the brain. From a neurological perspective, listening to music activates the limbic system, particularly the amygdala, emotion processing, and the nucleus accumbens, reward and pleasure. Music also stimulates the hippocampus, which is associated with memory and emotion, explaining why music can evoke strong memories and emotional flashbacks. The dopaminergic system, which regulates pleasure, is heavily involved in music appreciation. Pleasant or emotionally charged music can trigger dopamine release, creating feelings of joy or emotional catharsis similar to those experienced from food, physical touch, or social bonding. 3.5. Music and memory. Music is strongly tied to autobiographical memory. A particular song can instantly transport a listener to a specific time, place, or feeling. This quality is especially powerful in people with neurodegenerative diseases. In patients with Alzheimer's disease, music from their youth often remains recognizable and emotionally potent, even when other memories have faded. This music memory effect has led to the development of programs such as personalized music playlists for dementia patients, which have been shown to increase engagement, improve mood, and even reduce agitation. 3.6. Music-induced altered states. Music is also capable of inducing altered states of consciousness, often experienced as flow, trance, or spiritual transcendence. This is common in meditative practices, where calming music or chanting is used to deepen relaxation and focus. Religious rituals, where hymns, mantras, or spiritual songs facilitate a connection to the divine. Concerts or raves, where rhythmic beats and group energy produce euphoric or transcendent experiences. These altered states can promote feelings of inner peace, expanded awareness, or communal bonding, highlighting music's capacity to affect consciousness on multiple levels. In summary, music profoundly influences our emotions and mental processes. Whether through casual listening, active performance, or structured therapy, it helps individuals navigate the complexities of the human experience, offering relief, insight, motivation, and connection. As science continues to explore the brain's response to music, its emotional and psychological power becomes increasingly clear, affirming its role as a core aspect of human well-being.